네.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Lucy.
Hello.
We are both a little bit early for class. I like it. How are you today?
Good.
It's Friday. You are good. You are eating some pepero. Is this the original? Which one is this? My favorite one is the green box. The green box with almond, and the orange box. What was the orange one? Crunky. I like crunky. Which one is your favorite?
That chocolate inside this stick,
The chocolate inside the
the
stick.
yellow box.
Yeah, I know which one you are talking about. Okay. Why don't you get that one? Why are you eating the original?
Because I don't have.
Oh, you don't have. Okay. Right, Lucy. What happened this week? It's the end of the week. Did anything interesting happen at school? Maybe some exams, some tests. It's the end of the year. What's happening?
You're doing a market day.
Market day. When is market day? What are you going to sell?
December 2nd, and I'm going to sell my handmade scarf.
You are going to sell the handmade scarf. That's cool. So, how is market day going to work? Everyone is going to sell something?
And we're going to bring money to school and buy an assembly top.
So, can the teachers also buy?
I don't know.
Because if I was there, I want to buy your scarf. That sounds like fun. So, are you selling one scarf? How many scarves do you have?
I don't know. I have to make it.
Oh, you have to make it. So that's December 2nd. Lucy, you have about 2 weeks. Can you finish a scarf in 2 weeks? Oh, okay, good. All right, nice. Shall we jump into our class? Are you ready to start?
And the money is, we are going to donate the money to the orphanage.
That's such a great cause. I love that. Donate to the orphanage. Did you ever visit the orphanage?
No.
I recommend it if you have a chance with your sister, with your mom, with your dad, if you can go to visit the orphanage to see how they live, to see, they will be very excited to see visitors like you. You can sit with them, you can read them a book, maybe teach them a little bit of English. Just spend time with them. They will enjoy that. Okay, cool. I like that. Donating the money to charity. Lucy, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm going to take art class.
You're going to are you starting a new art class? No, it's you've been there before. So what kind of projects are you busy with in this art class?
Hermione, drawing Hermione.
You are drawing Hermione from Harry Potter. How far along are you?
Can I show?
Do you have it? Yeah, please.
I'm not finished yet with the hair, but
I understand. I understand you are not finished. Okay, that is amazing. How long did that take? How many hours?
3 or 4.
That's really good. Lucy, well done. So maybe are you going to finish it this weekend? Okay.
Maybe.
And then what are you going to do with this drawing?
Sell it.
Sell it, or what about frame it? Why don't you keep it and put it somewhere in your house? Put it in a frame and ask your mom where to put it. Maybe on the wall, maybe on the shelf. It's such a nice drawing. Okay, good. That's great. You will go to finish the drawing. Right, Lucy. Today we're going to start with Canada. We are going to Canada. Today we are going to jump around to different countries. This is the first country, Canada. They have this contest to freeze your hair and who has the best hair. Now, there are 3 steps to follow how to freeze your hair. Before I show you the steps, do you have any idea how to freeze your hair?
No idea.
No idea. Okay, let's go to the steps. Right, step 1. Can you read for me? Dip your head.
Dip your head in the hot springs and wet your hair completely.
Okay, so this...
Don't worry.
Oh, sorry. This is the hot spring that you need to dip your head. So it's a natural pool. It's a hot spring. It's warm water. But outside is not warm. Outside is freezing. Outside is minus 22. What's the temperature in Korea? I heard it's very cold in Korea.
6
degrees?
Yeah, about
So
there.
it didn't drop below 0.
But when I was in Jeju, it was like in the morning, it dropped into 0 degrees.
Yeah, it's getting cold. Winter is coming. Right. I was worried that the hair will get damaged, but what does it say here? Don't worry.
Don't worry, freezing your hair won't damage it.
Right. Now that minus 22 degrees, we need to allow the cold air to freeze your hair. Our ears might get cold because while the hair is freezing, your ears are going to get very cold. Can you read for me? Keep your ears
Keep your ears warm by
periodically.
periodically dipping them into the hot water.
Right. Now there is lots of hair on the face. What is this hair called around the eye?
Eyebrow.
It's the eyebrow. So also your eyebrow will freeze. And then what about the hair around the eye?
The
Lashes. Okay, so one more time. Eyelashes.
eyelashes.
Okay, so let's say the eyebrows and the eyelashes will also freeze.
The eyebrows and the eyelashes will also freeze.
And the beard. If someone has a beard, the beard will also freeze. Okay, when you are ready with your frozen hair, what should we do? Please read. Once your hair
hair has become pure white with lots of frost and ice build up, ring the bell near the pool entrance and have yourself come out to take your photo.
Right, we need to ring the bell. Why? Why are we ringing this bell?
To check.
We need to ring the bell when we are ready to take a photo, because someone will come with a camera and they will take a photo. Because this photo is for the competition. Lucy, here is the winner of last year's competition. Okay, let's read here. Can you read for me? Canadian Spa.
Canadian Spa hopes hair freezing contest can continue for another 12 years. See the hilarious winners.
All right. Lucy, any questions about this frozen hair competition?
How do we melt the hair?
How do we melt the hair? Lucy, this water, is it warm water or cold water?
Warm water.
Yeah, so you just dip your hair into the water.
Uh-huh.
So dip your hair and it will go back to normal. Because remember, it's just ice. This white in the hair is just frozen water. It's ice. What happens when you put ice into warm water?
It melts.
It melts. So this ice will just melt when you put it in the warm water. Right, next. Let's go to Kenya. This is in Kenya. Do you know which continent is Kenya? Which continent is it? Is it North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, or Australia? I will show you the country and you will tell me the continent. Let me zoom out. And here is Kenya. Which continent is Kenya on?
South Africa and North Africa.
Africa doesn't have north and south. Africa is just Africa. This is the
Africa.
This is the continent Africa.
This is the continent Africa.
Okay, but there is a country down at the bottom here. This is where I am from. Lucy, this country is called South Africa. Okay, I understand it's a little bit confusing. Many people get confused, but if you can understand it, it is actually quite easy. Okay, so can you say for me? The country is called South Africa. The continent is Africa.
The country is called South Africa, but the continent is called Africa.
Good. So we are not looking at South Africa. Which country are we looking at? We are looking at Kenya. Lucy, which continent is Kenya in?
Africa.
Exactly. Same as South Africa, same as Namibia, same as Angola. In Africa. Now, there are farmers in Africa and they are farming crops. They are farming fruits. They are farming vegetables. Can you say for me? The farmers are farming crops.
The farmers are planting crops.
But there is a problem. Elephants in the area come and they eat the crops. They destroy the land. They destroy the farmer's land. So the farmers want to chase away the elephants. How can they do that? They use this photo, this box chases away the elephants. What do you think is inside this box? How do they chase away the elephants?
Fruits?
But don't you think the elephants will want to eat the fruits and they will come to this box?
Bee?
Say again?
Bee?
Yes. How did you know that? This is a beehive. A beehive has bees living inside. Can you say for me, the bees chase away the elephants?
The bees chase away the elephants.
So it's because of the noise that the bees make that chases away the elephants. The elephants don't like that noise. Okay, very good idea, but I'm thinking about a con for this idea. What do you think? Lucy, do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea?
Good. Normal?
Normal. I think it's a bad idea.
Why?
Say, why do you think it's a bad idea?
Why do you think it's a bad idea?
Because, yes, the elephants might be chased away, but what about the farm workers? What about the people on the farm? Now they have bees around them. What if they get stung by the bees? Lucy, did you ever get stung by a bee? Can you say, I never got stung by a bee?
I never got stung by a bee.
What about Daisy? Has Daisy been stung? No? Sojun? No one. Can you say, none of us have been stung by a bee?
None of us has been stung by a bee.
Okay. Let's read here. Can you read for me?
Farmers use bees to deter elephants from romping over crops. A win-win for all.
Okay, so it's a win-win situation. Lucy, if we say win-win, that means what? What are the two benefits of this? First, the elephants are being chased away. And second, they can make honey. Now they can farm some honey. Can you tell me what are the two benefits of this solution?
First, they can chase away the elephants. Second, they can farm honey.
All right. Any questions, Lucy? What about you? Would you ever want to do some farming? Maybe live in the countryside, out of the city. You can live in the village and do some farming. What do you think about that?
I like farming.
Yeah, me too. Do you...
When I was young, I lived in my grandma's house because my mom and dad is a doctor and they're busy.
Mhm.
And my grandma and grandpa is a farmer, and they took me to the.
Do you remember the name of the city, the name of the village? I want to see it on the map. What's the name of the village or the name of the farm area where you were? Or maybe it's different. You don't remember.
But
Okay.
the city name was Gwangyang.
Gwangyang. It's very similar to Gwangju. Gwangyang. Let's see how far is that from Gwangju.
It take about 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's not too far. So your grandmother is from this area. Your grandparents, somewhere in Gwangyang. Okay, cool. And how was the lifestyle when you were living there? You were living on a farm. Do you remember? Was there farm animals? Was there crop? Were they planting some fruits or vegetables? What were you doing on the farm with your grandparents?
I can't remember very well, but when I went to my great grandmother's house, I picked some kam.
Kam. What is kam? Is it a fruit?
It is a fruit.
A fruit. Is it that orange one?
Yeah.
It looks like an orange apple. So that one is persimmon. Persimmon.
Persimmon.
I love the frozen persimmon. Put it in the freezer and then eat it frozen. Have you tried that? Put the persimmon in the freezer, let it freeze, and then when you take it out, you can let it melt a little bit. You need to let it sit outside because it's too hard. It's like a rock. You need to let it melt so it's like a slush. And then you can take a spoon and just eat the frozen. It's like slush. Do you know slush? Like broken ice. Broken ice. Oh, Lucy, I love frozen fruit. I put grapes in the freezer. Have you ever eaten frozen grapes? Again, when you take them out of the freezer, they will be too hard. So you must let them sit a little, and then it's like a hard piece of candy. What else can we put in the freezer?
Banana.
Did you ever try a frozen banana? And how was it?
Yummy.
The banana, I think, goes really well with vanilla ice cream. Have you ever had that combination?
I can't remember, but I think I have.
Oh, vanilla and banana, so delicious. Okay, and then I know blueberries. Blueberries in the freezer, nice snack. All right. Let's go back here. And was it just persimmon that that your grandparents were farming?
No, it was not farming, just like in my great grandmother's house, she had a garden, a back, I don't know, a garden or something, and there were many trees there, many persimmon trees, tomato trees, and I picked them, and the place where my grandparents farm, the I there were some uh, house house
House. There were some houses.
no, not like houses in Korean. We call like house, but it's like tunnel shaped,
Tunnel
and
shape,
there
okay?
and then there are like
Is this something that we can eat? It's a vegetable.
no, it's a house that you can farm in.
Ah, you mean like a greenhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has the sheeting over it. It has frames.
Yes.
In Korea, I went to a strawberry farm with that. With the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so your grandparents had the greenhouse.
And I have a good memory of eating ramen after like farming on the
So
in the greenhouse.
you have a good memory of after doing the work on the farm, eating the ramen. With who? Can you explain to me that memory? Are you sitting somewhere? Are you eating with your sister, with your grandparents? Explain that memory.
Like in that greenhouse after like grandparents worked and I a little bit helped, and then my grandfather's sister make ramen, and then we sat. There is something like thing that we can sit on. Farmers use that,
Like a
and
stool.
then we sat on there.
Like a stool, a
And
small chair.
No, not a chair, like a pillow, but hard.
Okay. Because like Korean culture, you are sitting on the floor. The table is very low.
Yeah.
It's like a mat,
Something like that. Then that was like a chair that farmers used to sit, and then he ate ramen, and then my grandfather was there, grandmother was there, and then grandfather's sister was there, and I was there.
That's a very cool memory. So how often do you go there again, like to visit Gwangyang?
Now now my grandmother doesn't do farming anymore, and then my grandfather usually like goes to the mountain often. So like when we go to that Gwangyang, we just now don't do farming.
You don't do the farming, but you join him for a hike? You join your grandfather for a hike up the mountain? No? Maybe, how
No,
often are you...
he starts at like
Recent?
early, like
Oh, early in the morning.
yeah, like 5 or 6 a.m. or
So
4.
the sun didn't rise yet, and he's out. And does he do that every day?
I don't know.
Okay, and maybe you visit him once a month, once every 2 months, a few times a year.
I don't know, but like we go to Gwangyang a little bit often.
That's cool. I love, when I was your age, I loved visiting my grandparents in the village. They were in the Bulgarian village. I only visited my grandparents once every 3 years. Once every 3 years. Any idea why? Why so rarely? Why I didn't visit them rarely? Because I was living in South Africa and my grandparents are living in Bulgaria, different countries. So we would only visit Bulgaria once every 3 years, when there was time, when there was money. All right, good. So you have that memory from your village. I also have memories from my village. You want to hear what my memory is?
Yes.
I remember the smell of the village. So the village, it has fresh air, you know, it's clean fresh air, but there is lots of cows and lots of sheep. So it smells of manure. And for me, that brings a memory of the village, because the cows were walking in the street, because there would be a herdsman taking the cows around to the fields so that they can eat the grass and then return the cows back to the houses in the village. So I remember the smells, the manure smell, the cow smells, the sheep's. Did you have animals at your village? No, just the crops and the fruits and the vegetables. Okay.
Yes. And then so I have a question.
Yes.
Why is a cowboy a cowboy?
Why is a cowboy called a cowboy? I think it can be for two reasons. I'm thinking because the cowboy usually has the rope, right? And what is he doing with that rope? Why does he wave the rope around his head?
I don't know.
You don't know why the cowboy has a rope? Because if he needs to catch an animal, he'll throw the rope and the rope will tangle around the animal. Let's see here. Cowboy with rope catching animal. Right, so here is what is this cowboy catching? He's catching a cow with his rope. And I think that's why it's called a cowboy. But it's not just cows that they can catch. They can also catch the horses, they can catch the sheep. So why didn't they call it a sheep boy?
Or a horse boy.
Or a horse boy? Let's see. Why is it called a cowboy? The English word cowboy has an origin from several to refer to both age and to cattle or cattle tending work. The English word cowboy has derived from Vacro, a Spanish word for an individual who manages cattle. Okay. Daisy, Lucy, it's from a Spanish word. The Spanish word means someone who is taking care of the cows, the cattle. Cattle means cows.
I was very curious when I saw the cowboy and heard its name. Like the cowboy was like sitting on a horseback, and why is a cowboy? He's riding a horse. Wasn't
That's a good question. Look here.
he needed to ride a cow?
Yeah, exactly. Good question. So it's the, you see it says here on horseback. The people on the horse who are taking care of the cows. And that's exactly what you can see here in the images. They are riding the horses, but they manage and take care of the cows. So they are the cowboys. They take care of the cows. That's an interesting question. Why is a cowboy called a cowboy? Can you say for me? They are called cowboys because they manage the cows.
They're called a cowboy because they manage the cows.
All right, Lucy, it's the end of the class. I'm going to wish you a happy weekend. Is there anything you want to ask me? Say, I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
Do you have any homework for Monday? All right, then you can enjoy your weekend. See you next week, Lucy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.